Hey lovelies! All right, so the fact is you've been asking for this video for the better part of 4 years now. And it's not to say I haven't wanted to make a slow cooker video for you. It's just that there are some logistical issues with making a slow cooker video that I really had to overcome. I only have one slow cooker at my house, which means I basically had to shoot this video over several days. But I'm hoping the wait was totally worth it because we've got 4 awesome slow cooker dinner ideas for you. You can dump them all in your slow cooker in the morning, and come evening, you will have a dinner that is ready to rock. I'm getting started today with a delicious sweet and sour pineapple chicken. I love to make anything with pineapple because it's one of my all-time favorite flavors. Of course, this recipe has to start with lots and lots of beautiful pineapple. I've got it cut into chunks. We'll just get it into the bottom of our slow cooker. To that, I am adding some bell pepper. I've got some green and some red bell pepper. I've also got some roughly chopped red onion heading in here. To create a nice sauce for my chicken to soak up, I am going to start by pouring some pineapple juice into my slow cooker. I'm gonna add a little chicken broth for a nice savory flavor, some soy sauce, some nice tangy barbecue sauce, a little bit of honey. Even though the pineapple is really sweet, it's also a bit sour, so I like to add a little additional sweetness to help offset all of that. Woo! And then, of course, as always, we need to add some garlic. And finally, we'll add some red chili flakes. Little bit of heat. Not a ton of heat, but a little bit of heat. I'm just gonna stir this all around so it's well combined. And then I am going to nestle in my chicken breast. I will season it up with some salt and some pepper, put the lid on, and let this cook away. You can cook this on low for up to 8 hours or on high for between 3 and 4 hours. You'll wanna make sure your chicken has reached a safe internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit before you take it out of your slow cooker. I love serving all of this yumminess over a nice bed of rice. I highly recommend pouring some of that delicious leftover liquid you'll have at the bottom of the slow cooker on top of the rice. So super good. And it makes really excellent leftovers for the next day. Next up, I'm going to be making an incredible French beef dip in the slow cooker. We are going to start by mixing up some incredible flavors. It all starts with some beef broth. I'm gonna put that right into the bottom of my slow cooker like so. To that, I am going to add some onion. I'm also going to add some garlic. Now, I haven't even bothered to mince my garlic. I've just smashed it up because all I wanna do is extract the delicious flavor from it. Speaking of flavor, I am going to load it in with some Worcestershire sauce. I've got some prepared horseradish, which is one of my favorite ingredients to use with beef. And then I also have some mustard. These 3 ingredients are some of the most high impact out there, and they are so yummy with beef. For this recipe, I'm going to be using a nice big piece of sirloin because it was on sale at my supermarket. The best part about cooking beef in a slow cooker is that because it cooks low and slow, even the less expensive cuts tend to get really, really tender because of all of that time. I'm going to hit all of this with some salt and some pepper, and then I'm going to throw in some fresh herbs. I've got some thyme and some rosemary going into my slow cooker. On goes the lid. And when it's done, what you end up with is this tender beef that you won't be able to get enough of. I like to shred it all up and then serve it on some beautiful fresh buns with a little provolone and some arugula. And then for the dip in our French dip, I basically am just going to strain all of the remaining liquid out, and then you can dip your sandwich into all of that tastiness. Hello, what is not to love about that? Now, if you're looking for something on the lighter side, you should definitely try this vegan barley soup that I can't get enough of. Super satisfying and just loaded with veggies. Now, don't be intimidated by how many veggies are going into the slow cooker for this recipe. You can actually do this all during your Sunday meal prep. Put it in a zipper bag and then either put it in the fridge or the freezer until you're ready to use it. It is really, really simple. So I'm going to start with some barley in my slow cooker. If you can't get your hands on barley, not to worry, you could definitely do this with some quinoa or some rice if you wanted to. Next, I am adding some onion, some carrot, some celery, all finely chopped. I'm also going to be adding some chopped green beans, some green bell pepper. I've got some mushrooms that I've quartered, and I'm even adding some frozen peas. We've got at least 7 vegetables happening in this single dish. There's a lot to like about that. To that, I am going to add some minced garlic for flavor. I've also got some dried basil, some dried oregano, and some paprika going in. And for my liquids, I am going to add some diced tomatoes, our vegetable broth. I'm going to stir all of that together so it's well combined, and then season this up really liberally with some salt and some pepper. How incredible does that look already? We're gonna pop the lid on and get it cooking. You have the option to cook these on high for about 3 hours or on low for 6 to 8 hours. Totally up to you. When it's ready, you've got vegan comfort food at its finest. I can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoy this slow cooker soup. For our final slow cooker recipe, I am making some Asian-inspired meatballs. This recipe is extra simple because it actually uses frozen meatballs, but of course, if you wanted to make your own, you always have the option to do that. I like using frozen meatballs because they're actually already cooked. So really all you're doing is creating some incredible sauce for them and getting them nice and tender and delicious. Speaking of incredible sauces, this one starts with some hoisin sauce. Right into my slow cooker it goes. To that I am adding some soy sauce, some rice vinegar, I've got a little honey for some sweetness, some red chili that I finely chopped, always optional of course. If you don't like the heat, go ahead and leave it out. To that, I'm adding some minced garlic, some freshly grated ginger, and some red pepper flakes into my slow cooker. I am just going to give this all a whisk in the bottom of my slow cooker like so, and then stir in my frozen meatballs. I'm gonna try to get them in a single layer if I can. Give these all a good stir. Let them get well sauced. And on goes our lid, and we will just let these cook away. What you end up with are these wildly flavorful, sticky meatballs that are so good. I like serving them garnished with some sesame seeds and some finely chopped green onion. Not only do these make a delicious dinner idea, but they also double as hors d'oeuvres if you're entertaining. So highly recommend them each and every way. Ooh, and the other thing you could do, I just got so excited. You could chop them up and then serve them on lettuce wraps for lunch with a little red cabbage slaw. That would be next level. Really glad I thought of it before I let you guys go. Guys, I really hope you will give all 4 of these slow cooker ideas a try. And of course, if you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because I always love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, all of the full recipes are in the description box below, so don't be afraid to take a look for them there. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.